The topic of lost media is all the rage these days. But while everyone and their brother searches for well-known pieces like Saki Sonobashi, Slamfest 99, and old episodes of Doctor Who, there are hundreds, if not thousands of pieces that no one is looking for. These are those pieces. This is lesser-known lost media.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and welcome to Volume 44 of Lesser Known Lost Media. Originally, Volume 43 was going to air today, but I felt kind of bad about last week. Literally right after making an announcement on the community tab that there was going to be a Lost Media video every week, that very week, I didn't make a Lost Media video, and I felt bad about it. So I decided that this week I would forego doing a members exclusive video and air the Volume 43 on Wednesday, and that I would then go ahead and make an additional Lost Media video for today. So if you're joining us for the first time, you have 43 episodes to catch up on. Lucky you. How this works is we start with 4 normal pieces of Lost Media and then end with a 5th spicy piece. Typically there is an ad break in between pieces 4 and 5, but we're going to get to that in just a minute. Also, this is a special themed episode, as all pieces featured are of advertising or interstitial material. Now, if you find yourself liking this content and would like to support the channel, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, as well as consider joining the channel as a channel member, or possibly even becoming a Patreon or checking out the links in the description. On Mercari and eBay, I have many custom miniatures available for sale. And with all that being said, let's get into the video. At number 1, we have McDonald's, You Better Don't. Lost Defend Your Chicken Selects commercial from the fast food franchise circa 2004. Now, I don't have to tell you who McDonald's is. You know them, you're loving them, it's McDonald's. In 2004, McDonald's had a commercial campaign to promote their chicken selects called Defend Your Chicken Selects. These commercials were aired starting in August 10th of that year up until October of 2004. But there are more commercials that have aired from McDonald's that feature the McDonald's Chicken Selects from months after its campaign had ended. These commercials follow a series of people trying to defend their chicken selects by either saying no or confronting people, with most of these commercials following a person talking to themselves. However, one commercial from this campaign is currently missing due to its strange and stereotypical mocking of black people, and was also quoted to be pulled off from television after its airing. Now, what was this commercial? Well, the commercials follow the same as the rest. A person defends a certain someone, sometimes no one, of having their McDonald's chicken selects eaten. However, this specific commercial follows a flight attendant collecting trash. The flight attendant then gets to the black woman eating their chicken selects, thinking it's trash, before the woman responds with, "You better don't," before it ends. The commercial received negative attention and believed that whoever wrote this went for a stereotypical black American dialect. Several users on the internet have recalled this commercial in multiple threads and websites. One Reddit user who saw this commercial, user Senior Buttons, claims that he and his roommate were more confused with the phrase than offended. Others, on the other hand, saw this commercial as offensive and were completely or mildly mad. One user, when discussing what is the worst McDonald's commercial, describes a language that disrespects black people, if not versed. And the quote is, "Historically, the African diaspora has created its own language based on the language of the enslaver. Commonly called Creole in the late 20th century America, the term Ebonics became fashionable. There are linguistic patterns that are valid, though non-standard. Better Don't violates the rules of Creole/Ebonics and Standard English. Only someone, think white person with no black friends, not versed in Creole, would disrespect black people like that." Now, as to the availability of this commercial, after the negative reception, the commercial was pulled and never aired again. Even though people and users talk about the commercial and how bad it was, no photos or footage of this commercial exists. The possibility of the commercial not from McDonald's is possible, as one Google Groups post claims it as a KFC ad, but it's highly unlikely due to McDonald's having more mentions in various websites and threads. Now, as of 2024, the commercial has not resurfaced online in any form. Most commercials from this series are compiled by the Lost Commercials Foundation, fortunately, but this one is still missing. I often say that a lot of these things are probably somewhere on a VHS tape, that somebody taped, but by the time, 2004, we had TiVo. This is probably somewhere on a DVR from a now dead service that just can't be recovered. I guarantee several people probably captured this on a DVR of some kind, but unless there's a way for them to get that back, this one's probably gone forever. And that's kind of a double-edged sword because, while you don't want people to enjoy this McDonald's commercial necessarily, those who forget history are doomed to repeat it. So by covering this up and not having a record of it, I definitely think that is an issue in and of itself, though at the end of the day, it is just a McDonald's commercial. At number 2, we have Donna and the Wolfman commercials, which are partially found Atlanta commercial series from the 1980s to the 1990s. So Donna and the Wolfman was a series of commercials that aired in the area of Atlanta, Georgia between the early 1980s and the late 1990s, though some may have aired in the early 2000s, but without Wolfman. It starred Doyle Wolfman Rogers and his daughter, Donna Anderson. It was made to advertise their family furniture business, Gallery Furniture, which still operates today. Despite the estimation that over 500 commercials were made, very few have been digitized and uploaded. Doyle Rogers, later nicknamed Wolfman, bought a furniture store known as Gallery Furniture, most likely sometime in the late 1970s or early 1980s. In 1981, he asked his daughter Donna if she would co-star in a series of commercials for the business. She agreed, and they instantly got to work. They apparently aired primarily on the TBS, mostly in the Atlanta area. The commercials were an instant success, with the catchphrase "Ask for the Wolfman" becoming a household saying. The commercials often didn't last longer than 30 seconds. They typically involved a wacky sketch of sorts followed by their current sales. The commercials ran often until roughly the late 1990s or very early 2000s. The reason for them stopping is unknown, but it's speculated that it was due to Wolfman's health, which began to decline. He passed away in 2004 after having a heart attack a few weeks prior. Donna said in an article that with the AJC, that her and her brothers made a few more commercials after his death, but she said it didn't feel the same. Donna still works at Gallery Furniture and has an office filled with props from most of their commercials. On the Lost Media Wiki, there is a list of which commercials are lost, found, partially found, or their existence is unconfirmed, and it's a whole smattering, but only a handful have been completely found. I think this is definitely a case that, a lot of these commercials probably exist on dusty VHS tapes in somebody's attic. So, if you have these, if you're from the Atlanta, Georgia area, or you know somebody that is from the Atlanta, Georgia area that has a lot of old VHS recordings, ask for the Wolfman and see if you can help find some of these. At number 3, we have Curry's We Can Help spots, partially found The Simpsons Sky One sponsorship ads from a British electronics retailer from 2009 to 2010. Now, you might think The Simpsons is a uniquely American show that would only be popular in America, but actually the man with the largest Simpsons collection is from the UK. But from 2009 to 2010, UK-based electronics retailer Curry's had a series of sponsorships during advert breaks of The Simpsons on the Sky One channel. These advertisements were developed by M&C Saatchi. For many of the comedic adverts featured, each one would often feature an individual attempting to use, fix, or recycle their household goods, or have them wait for a delivery. These would often make use of comedy from the unfortunate events that happened to the person or persons featured in the spots. Examples of these ads include one where a woman attempts to pack her fridge in her car boot, and another where a man's television set falls unexpectedly. While many of these are available readily, a lot have also gone missing, and it's not entirely known how many of these actually exist. Also, there's some speculation as to exactly what the content featured in these missing spots even includes, and some of these that have been brought up include things like two boys shooting toy guns at a news reporter on TV, causing it to fall and break, another featuring a husband cramming as many devices into his car, trapping his wife inside. Supposedly there was a Christmas-themed advert involving a power outage, things like a man accidentally dropping his new TV, finding out he broke it, much to his disgust. So, general electronics and service-based ads. There was also a behind-the-scenes video for some of these uploaded onto Vimeo by Agile Films back in 2011, and they featured a collection of some of the advertisements that have now been confirmed to exist, but so far the full advertisements have not been discovered. These include things like a man attempting to install an electrical device with a drill, ended up drilling through to the next room, a man attempting to install a washing machine only to cause a leak that he can't fix, a woman trying to carry her packaged TV through the heavy wind, and two women seemingly going against each other at a Curry's store. Again, this one is interesting to me, one, because of how it is connected to The Simpsons, my favorite TV show, but as well as the fact that, being such a popular show, if there was a series of ads specifically made to air during The Simpsons, you'd think that they would all be readily available, just because the fervent fandom of Simpsons fans would just, by sheer association, would have found all of these. But apparently we haven't, and I think that's pretty interesting. Alright guys, I hope you're liking the video so far. If you are, please remember to hit that like button. But for number 4, we've got the disjointed Picassos Face, a partially found footage aired on Japanese TV circa 1983 to 1984. On October 16th, 2011, a video of a commercial was uploaded to YouTube by Drafty0528. The commercial was for Danto, a warmer sold by Kincho, a Japanese insecticide manufacturer, and that was the main focus of the video, but that was not what people focused on. Immediately after the commercial aired, a creepy and bizarre 2-second clip of a disjointed face moving was shown. On March 8th of 2022, in a commercial search thread on the anonymous message board 5-channel, one user asked for a search for this creepy clip that appeared after the Danto commercial. Other users of the thread expressed interest in the creepy clip and began predicting the details of the clip. One user mentioned that the Danto commercial in the video was from the Jomon era version, first aired in 1983, and speculated that the clip was also aired around the same time. One user assembled the disjointed face and found it to be Picasso, and further found the Picasso face was from a photograph of Picasso taken by David Douglas Ducan in 1957. The speculation that emerged from this find was that the clip was part of a program introducing Cubism, but the objection was raised that it could not be the start of another program, since the message card at the beginning of the video reads, "Please continue to enjoy Haguregumo after this." Incidentally, Haguregumo is a Japanese manga series that was adapted into a live-action TV series in 1978 and an anime film in 1982. The Haguregumo logo on the message card is written in horizontal characters, making it more likely to be from the anime film. And furthermore, it was aired in 1984 on the TV Asahi network. In addition, Haguregumo's TV airing was on January 5th, so it is not unnatural to air a warmer commercial at the right time of the year. Another speculation was that it was a commercial for the Picasso exhibition held at the National Museum of Modern Art in Tokyo in 1983. But it was objected that if a commercial was to be aired, it would have been aired on NTV, which is a member of the Yomiuri Group, since it was co-sponsored by the Yomiuri Shimbun. Furthermore, one user discovered that a Picasso book from the Heibonsha's world-famous painting series was released in February of 1984 and speculated that the clip might be a commercial for that book. I don't know why I keep doing Japanese posts. I don't know how to pronounce these things. The identity of this Picasso footage remains unclear, and it is also unclear whether the footage is a commercial. Incidentally, the video of the Danto commercial containing Picasso's face was clipped and reposted from a video of a collection of commercials from the 70s and 80s that was uploaded to Nico Nico on November 8th of 2008, and the original video poster, it is possible that he has the full video of Picasso's face, but as of yet, he has not uploaded it. This one for me is just interesting because, it's this idea that we don't really know where this is from, yet we kind of seem to know where it's from, and clearly somebody has a recording of it and probably has the full recording, just based on the context for which the clip was uploaded. but has, decided whether maybe they haven't heard about, the fact that people are looking for this, or maybe they just don't care, or maybe they just like to leave it a mystery. Who knows? But I believe this in its entirety, and an explanation for it is out there somewhere. Alright guys, time for that final fifth and spicy piece of media. When I had the idea for the theme of this video, I was worried I wouldn't be able to find a spicy piece. I mean, honestly, they're commercials. How bad could they be, right? These all aired somewhere public, over public airwaves, so how could they possibly be all that bad? Well, I did manage to find one. And it's an obscure one, so it does still fit the theme of this video, and of the series as a whole. So our final piece today is the AntiDuterte advertisement, a lost radio recording of a political attack advertisement from 2016. Antonio Trillanes was a then elected senator of the Philippines. He served his term from 2007 up until 2019. He currently is a full-time lecturer for public policy at universities in the Philippines. Back in 2016, Trillanes had made a political attack ad, which is an advertisement attacking a political entity, against his then rival, Davao City Mayor, and now then President of the Philippines, Rodrigo Duterte, which aired on the Thursday night of May 5th, 2016 on the channel ABS-CBN, 4 days before the presidential election. There are claims of a radio version of this attack ad that had aired, though no known recordings have been located. Now, for a little bit of background, the 2016 presidential campaign of Rodrigo Duterte, I don't know how to say these names, guys, was announced on November 21st of 2015. He was eventually then elected the 16th president of the Philippines. Duterte's positions were seen to have resonated with older working-class Filipinos, particularly his promise to eliminate the wide-scale drug menace of the country, eliminating corruption, and his harsh stances on crime in Davao City, which he served for more than 22 years. Duterte's campaign also emphasized an anti-establishment tone, accusing political elites based in Manila of not doing much to solve problems in a move that was described as populist. So, as for the advertisement itself, it's a 30-second advertisement showing each of the 6 children, 4 boys and 2 girls, criticizing in brief words every respective video clip shown. All of this was meant to make Duterte look just bad. Now, the TV advertisement is not lost. In fact, it was uploaded May 5th of 2016, the same day the ad was aired on Philippine television. Specifically, it aired on Thursday night of May 5th, 2016 on ABS-CBN. Now, the missing part is that some sources claim that the attack ad also aired on competing rival networks GMA and TV5. GMA and TV5 denied ever airing the ad, and it was also reported that the ad was first aired on a radio station before it was aired on ABS-CBN. However, there are no known recordings of the radio version. The advertisement drew criticism from Duterte's supporters on social media. Prior to the airing of the ad, the ABS-CBN Corporation issued a statement that the ad had been reviewed by the Ethics Committee, complied with election laws, and was allowed to air. Later, TV5 refused to air the controversial ad, with the TV5 network stating that the ad had not met the requirements. Now, political advertisements can get pretty out there. This one featured, some pretty unflattering clips, including him doing things like foul language, flipping the bird. Again, it's in a foreign language, so I don't really know how to properly convey it. You can find the video very easily on YouTube or by going to the Lost Media Wiki. But ultimately, this one is just pretty foul for a campaign ad, even if it's against somebody. But I have my doubts that this ever aired on the radio, because I feel like there is as much visual, if you look at the video, as there is verbal. But who knows? To me, this one kind of feels almost like a Dewey beats Truman type deal, where the legend of it has even been more, it's like, it'd be great if it was like, oh, they tried to throw this commercial out at the guy via TV, via radio, multiple stations, multiple channels, but he still won. So I almost think the addition of the, it was on the radio is more just a puff political, piece of propaganda to show that even with all that they tried to do, they could not stop stop this man from becoming president. I don't think this one exists, honestly, guys, but hey, if you're from the Philippines and you happen to have a recording from the radio, upload it. People are looking for it. And that's our video today, guys. I do hope you enjoyed having a second piece of lost media content this week. We'll be going back to our regular program schedule starting next week. Also, guys, if you'd like to do me a favor, go through my videos on my channel if you're enjoying this content. Click on some of the videos that have under 100 views. Give them a watch, see if we can get the numbers up, and maybe the algorithm will actually start recommending me to more people. Be sure to leave your lesser known lost media suggestions in the comments. I do keep a list of all the ones suggested, and I am slowly working my way through it. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and until next time, everybody, I'm Mr. Sean, this is Chimera Miniatures, and I hope that commercial you just can't stop thinking about is easily accessible on the internet, and that you have a great day, and an even beta tomorrow. Bye-bye!